right? The gasoline in the U.S. is we triple the inflation rate, triple it, monetary inflation. But forget about that. Maybe you're a blue blood living on the Upper East Side with a trust fund and you just don't see why you need it. The gasoline in Sri Lanka is everybody lost everything overnight. The gasoline in Lebanon is the bank freezes their doors and you lose all your money. The gasoline in Argentina is the peso goes from 20 pesos to the dollar to 280 pesos to the dollar in 4 years. Right? The gasoline in Ukraine is oops, there's a war. Banks are, there's a limit to how much money you can withdraw. And the gasoline in Russia is okay. I get, the stuff you thought you owned in Europe, you don't own that anymore. We're taking that from you, taking your gold, taking your bonds, taking your yachts, taking your villas. So there's a lot of people with a 2x4 to the head, and they're all stunned, and they're all trying to figure it out. And there's this colorful debate, a political debate, a media debate, a debate on YouTube, a debate on Twitter. What's the solution? And the only thing we can all agree on is we probably need to look at some new ideas because the old ideas just don't work anymore. And there's no intellectually honest person that would say, yeah, everything I believed in 2019 or 2018, it's all still true. I haven't changed any of my opinions about anything. I mean, everybody's had a place in their life where they've been jarred and stunned, and now they're trying to make sense of it. So the question is, how do we move forward? And, to summarize on Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is it's very volatile. It's getting jerked around. All risk assets are getting jerked around. If you look at one of the more interesting things, right? The 2-year the 2-year Treasury was 16 basis points a year ago, and it's currently like 3.9%. We went from 16 basis points to 390 basis points on short-term money. The mortgage rate on a 30-year mortgage, has gone from 2.7% to 6% in 12 months, right?
Crazy.
The yield curve is inverted. You get paid higher interest on a 2-year loan to the federal government than on a 30-year loan. The 30-year loan is 350 basis points. So summary of all this, it's this. We had an unprecedented expansion of the money supply in March of 2020, where we just pegged interest rates to zero. And the bankers said, we're going to keep interest rates at zero for the next 4 years. They literally implied, they said, not until 2024 will we raise interest rates. Okay, well, that's one panic. And now we've got the other extreme, which is the fastest tightening of the money supply, like one of those oh crap moments. Oops, I think we overdid it on one side. Now we overdid it on the other side. And what you see is risk assets. They're all getting hammered down, Bitcoin included. But look, all financial assets, bonds hammered 20%, NASDAQ hammered 30%, S&P, gold hammered, silver hammered, and Bitcoin hammered. But on the other hand, tangible assets, oil, natural gas, food, any type of energy, they're all shooting up. Right. And I think people are going through this moment where they're like, I guess I'm going to freeze to death or starve to death unless I have some of that tangible commodity stuff. And the financial stuff, I guess I'll trade it. And meanwhile, the politicians, they play with the little knobs, attempting to do good. And it turns out that it's very difficult for humanity, for any human being, to actually make adjustments fast enough and intricately enough so that they can do good without probably doing more harm than good. And that's where we find ourselves right now.
Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.